Alright, I'm having a lot of fun with the Fireball Thrower Double Smash army. I've made one tiny change. The queen just, instead of a giant arrow, you just switch to a giant now. But just the fact that I was able to pull it off and show it in the previous video about this really shows like it doesn't matter. So if you have a well-leveled giant, go for it. You might as well. No real changes to the army other than that. Just there are some mistakes I made. I really want to point them out, but otherwise, this army is so strong. So, if you have some changes you'd like to suggest to make this even stronger, please do let me know in the comments. Yeah, other than that, I'll just take you guys through some replays. I want to show some fails that I had. No live attacks yet. Maybe I'll do it in war. Yeah, so I had a time fail and I had another fail today. And I just want to talk you guys through why those fails even happened in the first place. Then we can maybe go through some more successful attacks later. Alright, so here's the first base that I failed on today. It's the 99% time fail. And this is the first tip I want to give regarding this attack. Pretty similar to FBRL, like Fireball into Rocket Loons, basically. You can't really ward and walk for too long before you're forced to start the next phase of the attack. I've noticed that usually you can spend around 45 seconds to 1 full minute ward and walking, but sometimes you just have a lapse in your judgment and you end up ward and walking for half of the attack. So that's literally what happens over here. I want to obviously fireball this area. I shouldn't have started the warden where I did. Like, there are so many defenses on the flanks, kind of just not letting me get that fireball down. So the exact position where I started my warden walk really matters. Over here, obviously, it wasn't very good. You can see basically, I try to even use a rage to push my warden in a little bit faster. Still 1 full minute gone, and we're past the 1 minute mark, right? So it's like 1 minute 45, and I still haven't thrown the fireball yet. I'm pretty sure I consider trying to multitask, starting my queen and king, because I realized, oh my god, half the attack has finished, and I'm still just warden walking right now. So literally, I haven't even thrown the fireball yet, and I'm trying to trying to somehow ensure that I can make this work. So I'm literally just trying to multitask over here. We're gonna have to make these defenses invisible. Okay, redirect the king, whatever. Do whatever is needed. Just get the fireball out of the way. And yeah, I'll pull the warden back using these throwers now. So yeah, I threw my ice golems over here with the throwers just because of this hook tower. Otherwise, I would have usually, I would have thrown them with the queen king part of the attack. So just that's about it. Really, not much else. Yeah, pretty straightforward attack. Like, despite of me starting the attack at literally like 1 minute and 30, it was practically just a time fail. And the only reason I time fail is this one multi inferno. I'm considering if furnaces are the best option in the clan castle just because of multi infernos. They destroy the fire might so easily. Like, I would have easily gotten this base down if it wasn't for this multi inferno in the core. But you can see it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to focus on the warden part of the attack at all. They stay alive so well. You can use the rage on them if you want to. The king, queen with the siege barracks, the apprentice warden, and the giant. It's just so much of tanking value. That entire flank usually stays alive pretty easily. You can kind of zoom out, chill, just watch, and use your spells wherever needed. But even if your throwers start dying out, even if your heroes kind of start dying out, you have your overgrowth, you have your minion prince to kind of save you from insane amounts of damage, and you can easily crush bases. This is just an example to show you that even though I start at like 1 minute 30, it comes to 99%. That also just because of a multi inferno continuously killing my fire mites. So try to keep some comfortable time and make a plan for the fireball, which you can deploy within 45 seconds to 1 minute, around that much of time. You can comfortably finish the base. Yeah, let's move on to the next fail. Alright, here's the next fail, and it should be very obvious why I fail over here once you see what happens. I had to just reverse the plan. So the direction I sent my heroes, I should have sent my throwers and vice versa. Yeah, double poison anti-2. So I guess good fireball value. What would you do in like fireball rocket loons, right? What I was looking for was this builder hut over here. It's either of these builder huts, because you'll grab this entire area. Even spell tower goes, and it's pretty solid for a funnel. That's a pretty good start for you to start your smash from anywhere you want. And yeah, so I just decided to go for the bottom one. It seemed like convenient in terms of viewability. I would rather start from the bottom than the right side of the base. But yeah, that's just my preference. Anyways, I'm gonna forward this until the fireball part. Yeah, you can see over here I was a little bit faster on the fireball itself. Yeah, literally like around 1 minute or so. But I was forced to use all of my invis just because of these pesky Teslas over here as well. Yeah, here's a mistake. I started my throwers, and look at the splash waiting here for me. The Giga Bomb, this Crusher Mortar. Never ever send your throwers towards a Crusher Mortar. For some reason, your healers just cannot deal with it. Uh, like your throwers are bound to spread a little bit. You can deal with relative amounts of splash, but you just can't deal with the Crusher Mortar. Like trust me, Crusher Mortar plus Giga Bomb, it's a big no-no. Sure, I started my heroes on the other side. It's like no big deal. But I just want to focus on the throwers specifically. You'll understand why. Forget my heroes for a moment. So this is what the Crusher Mortars do to you. They just have so much of splash that even if your healers can target a specific group, your throwers are bound to spread a little bit. And the moment you send your throwers into a Crusher Mortar, you're just completely screwed out of a chance for a triple. So just keep that in mind. Your throwers can handle Monolith much easier. They can handle Ricochet cannons easier. But Multi Infernos, sure, they don't deal as much damage, but the Crusher Mortar specifically, oh, that was a very, very big mistake I made. And then once again, you'll see my Fire Mites are struggling to do anything at all on this base. Because there's like two Multi Infernos in the core. You'll see they start they start going towards the core and they really don't get to do anything. And yeah, my throwers all kind of just died out because my Warden died so early. There's no Rage Aura anymore, so my healers can't keep anything alive. Yeah, that's just a bit unfortunate. Definitely should have reversed the plan over here. Like if I had just sent my king and queen to start from the bottom area, siege barracks in the right corner, maybe over here, easily would have crushed this base. Like throwers could have handled the entire left and top area of this base. Overgrowth plan was perfect, smack in the middle covering the monolith and the town hall. Just should have reversed my plans and this would have gone through. Yeah, that's just a bit of hindsight coming in. Not much else, but you know how this army can fail now. So if you want to try it out, you can keep that in mind. And yeah, again, if you're going to try this army out, just be aware of that insane one thing that deals the splash damage for you. Yeah, let's move on. Now on to like some successful attacks. I'll do 2 live attacks in war as well. Yeah. All right, let's move on to this diamond style base. I guess it's called diamond. It's in the middle of a teaser and a diamond, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, we have 2 options for fireball. It's either one of the spell towers. Just go for the more accessible ones. You don't have to go for the core all the time because speed matters. You have a lot of survivability in this army. So I just went for this spell tower over here. But I did it in a slightly smart way. I went to fireball the monolith so I would also get the clan castle out of the way. So yeah, I just kind of like make my warden stop right there. And we fireball pretty much whatever I can with the monolith being the target. So yeah, time to use whatever leftover spells I have to protect my warden. And we barely managed to keep him alive. So yeah, good job me. At least we get this warden walk going. We'll get the town hall out of the way as well pretty soon. And yeah, this already sets up the precedent for the attack. So pretty quick one. I remember this was a very fast attack. And you'll also notice like if it's not for time, you honestly don't need the minion prints on any of these attacks if you plan where to send your throwers properly and your heroes, of course. So yeah, pretty much like fireball is done, throwers are down, your warden is as good as protected. You don't have to pay attention as much on the bottom flank anymore. Just maybe drop a skeleton spell up ahead. If you want to give them a rage, if you still have the rage, then give them the rage going forward as well, but it really doesn't matter too much. So yeah, pushing our king towards the core because that's the only last spell tower left, and it seems better for our king to get there rather than our throwers, honestly. What else? There's nothing else for me to really say. I guess I'm just overgrowing the bottom to avoid the splash and allow myself to deal with the defenses one at a time. Kind of allow my king and queen to clean up the area. And you'll see, it's pretty straightforward. There's not much for me to even explain anymore. Warden and throwers, yeah, I swear, if you just have the warden's rage aura, you just stay alive over here so easily. There's nothing to it. Anyways, yeah, clean up at the bottom. The fire mites are finally doing something because there's no multi infernos anymore. And yeah, there's really not much for me to explain. It's a done deal. Yeah, we don't even need the main entrance on this one. It's just a matter of kind of completing it. I just threw it down for I don't know why I threw it down. I guess it really doesn't matter. Yeah, that's another 3 star. That's just showing the power of this attack. If you can land a fireball quickly and you ensure that your throwers don't walk into either a Giga Bomb or a Crusher Mortar. Just those two things you have to kind of keep in mind, you'll be safe. Okay, let's move on to some more examples. Maybe just one more and I'll cover some war attacks. Here's a slightly better base. It's like unsymmetrical, very isolated hook tower. Yeah, I feel this is very specifically meant to be anti-roots. You can just tell by the spacing that's there on these poison towers. Like you want to get these areas out with your Royal Champion charge, right? And they're just so well isolated. But luckily for us, it's just a matter of kind of setting a funnel, very early fireball, get the clan castle out. Over here, the poison towers don't matter to me as much just because of the range that I have. So like my Warden Walk, if you just imagine this as fireball into rocket loons, right? You're only dealing with like one major defense at any point in time. So it's a pretty safe thing. You really don't have to worry too much about anything on these kind of bases. And luckily, as you climb higher, you find either these bases or those double rage bases, which I've covered in the previous video. And yeah, both of them just get completely crushed using this attack. So what more do we need, right? Yeah, not much for me to explain once again. Just keep sending in wall bricks to help your hero's part of the attack because base designs are usually made such that your throwers can kind of reach over everything that's there. And yeah, lucky. So this is also one thing I wanted to talk about. Your king, usually he's the one who wants to get hooked in. Now, this is the part I appreciate about this attack more than Fireball into Rocket Loons. If this was simply Fireball into Rocket Loons, your Warden would kind of walk into the base over here, like through these walls, and he would be more likely to get hooked. But now, because he has the throwers, kind of making him like follow the base around, he very slowly walks along the periphery of the base, which increases the likelihood for your king to get hooked onto the core very, very easily. And that makes this attack just so good on these base tiles as well. You don't have to worry about anything. So once again, I'm just overgrowing what seems like the most splash on this base right now. We have plenty of support spells, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Like these throwers don't need to enter the base at all on any of these base tiles. They can literally grab everything sitting right outside, and you'll observe this on most bases that you find out there. Sure, there will be maybe one base where you have to wall break them in literally just one time. So that's still like 3 wall breaks for the rest of your heroes and the king's earthquake boots. So what else do you need? Yeah, this is pretty much a done deal. There's not much for me to explain. Once again, you can notice if it's not for time, I don't even need the main entrance. Like there's only these few defenses left over here. And this is practically a skeleton spell that is walking with my warden. He is just not going to die. Even though it's like the big cannon, what fast attack multi-geared cannon that's waiting beside the town hall. So pretty straightforward attack if you ask me. You just need to ensure that you have a plan for a fireball that lands within the first 45 seconds to a minute, and you are golden. Just don't send your throwers into a Giga Bomb or Crusher Mortar. That's all. That is literally it. You don't need to worry about anything else. Yeah. Now let's do some more attacks live, and we'll call this video a wrap. Alright, so here's the base I'm planning to attack. I have continuously mentioned do not send your throwers towards either the Giga Bomb or the Crusher Mortar, but over here we have a good distribution of the spell towers as well as where those dangerous splash kind of defenses are waiting for us. So I'm going to do something a little interesting. I'm planning a fireball on this multi-archer tower because that gets rid of this entire compartment, including the monolith, the multi-gear tower, and the clan castle. And honestly, I feel this is not a very threatening compartment. If required, I have my overgrowth to save me. I should have some invis spells to save me as well. So it seems like a good compartment to send my throwers in. And I will send my king and queen to handle this bottom side. So I'll try to funnel my king into the rage tower, and my queen with the siege barracks should kind of stay outside. Now, as the overgrowth wears off, I feel this area could be good for everybody to kind of converge into with the main entrance. So yeah, just a thought. I have no clue if it's gonna work. Yeah, let's see if it happens. So let's go for it. Just cracking my knuckles, don't mind me. Okay, let's just see the range of the air defense and place the warden right outside it. I don't want to lose my sneezy. Perfect, cool. Okay, you're just going to be mindful of the approximate 1 minute mark. I guess I'll start a baby dragon up ahead early so that I can funnel my throwers towards the rage tower. And I'm just going to try to preserve my invis spells for the throwers to handle the rage tower, right? So it just makes most sense. And now after this air defense goes down, I'll try to invis whatever is needed. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Just making sure. Yay! Okay, great. We got what we needed. Time to wall break that core. And we'll be on our way with our throwers after that, after the warden gets that down. Oops, looks like the king is gonna start following, but that's okay. The throwers have such amazing range anyway. They will help me out. So that's that's good for us. That's really good for us. Yeah, I might as well start the rest of the attack now. Really nothing to wait for over here. Okay, let's try to protect our throwers as well as my warden. I'm just going to rage up everybody there. Let's try to get our king in too. Let's overgrow the town hall and the crusher mortar. I don't want to deal with that right now. Come on, king. Get into the rage tower, please. Okay, great. Great. This is looking really, really solid so far. Wow, my king, like my queen isn't dying. There's just so much of tanking. That is so epic. Oops. The notification. Yeah. No worries, no worries. Yeah, I think this is looking so good. This is actually looking so good. I'm gonna poison up the minion prince. Wow. Okay, this is actually looking much cleaner than I was anticipating. Jeez. Once again, my fire mites, they're incapable of doing anything at all. Okay, great. Somehow my throwers are tanking the crusher mortar and the warden is just deleting the crusher mortar itself. No, he is miserably failing. Never mind. Oh, no, he managed to do it. Okay, great. Yeah, so there you have it. That's I didn't need my minion prince, despite of me walking straight into the crusher mortar with my throwers at the end there. But yeah, you don't have to get the most ambitious value. Just get what makes the most sense. Kind of pay attention to the defenses that are waiting out there for you, and accordingly plan for where you want to send each phase of your attack. It just made the most sense to delete the clan castle area. It's a lot of big defenses we're getting out of the way. The rage towers are dangerous, but it's not necessarily a lot of splash damage towards us. That's the only reason why I felt it's safe for me to walk through the rage towers. Pretty straightforward. Let's do one more base. Okay, here's the next base I'm thinking of. It's everything that a fireball rocket player would just hate about this base. Triple single inferno, hook straight in the middle, and a double poison as well. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting base for sure, but I have an idea on this one. It's just to fireball the single inferno tower that'll give me the hook tower as well as the monolith from the core. And yeah, of course, it sets the funnel for me. What else do I want, right? So I feel that's a good start. I'm thinking that I'll just send my throwers kind of clockwise around the base. Like this is a good cleanup area, honestly. And I'll send my heroes into the town hall because splash damage, you don't want throwers to go into it that early. Yeah, probably overgrowth this little area, like this single inferno, scatter shot, fire spitter, like that area. And let my throwers kind of like work around the border of the base for a bit. And as everybody kind of converges as the overgrowth wears off, I'll use my minion prince to take care of the core as well. So that's the plan. Hopefully it works. Let's just get into it. Oh, I have to get my CC full. Okay. Cool. Okay, yeah, we're ready. Okay, now I have to also be aware that, okay, my warden walk cannot last for too long. So I'm going to start my warden walk closer to this wizard tower. But again, make sure you're out of the range of these guys who can kill your sneezy early. That's about it. Okay, perfect. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be okay. One good thing I like about the Sneezy is that you can usually tank a multi-archer tower along with an expo on you. So that really works well just because of the shared damage with the boost that you release. There's so many storages over here. Hopefully I get through this soon. I'm just kind of planning out the invis, how they'll kind of go, how I should be placing them. Okay, interesting place to be going next. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna need another invis. Since I'm gonna explicitly need another invis, I might as well do this now. And stop. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's all we needed. Okay, I'm just gonna immediately send my Thors here, and I'm gonna deploy like one ice golem, not more than that. I really don't need much more than that, and immediately just get started with the rest of the attack. I'm starting my queen also on the very border over here, just because there's buildings inside the base. So really not much for me to explain there. Maybe I'll drop my skeleton spell out ahead super soon. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just wondering when I should. Okay, I'll overgrowth now. I'll use an invis here. I'll use my king ability to kind of open up the entire base. Okay, not looking too shabby. Just poison up that fire mite. Luckily, our own fire mites are kind of tanking. And I can start opening up the base over here for my Thors to start walking in. And yeah, those healers, just 3 healers, they're doing such a good job. They're tanking the minion prince for us. They're... Oops, let's freeze that single inferno. Our Thors are going to get back to it now. I'll just drop a rocket loon there to kill that. Oops, it's not dead. Never mind. Okay, the fire mite should take care of it anyway. Hopefully. Okay, great. They reach. Yeah, looking pretty good once again. Yeah, okay. If the fire mites have reached this multi-archer tower, it should go down. Looking very, very solid. Like, the throwers and the warden just stay together so well. That's all. You just have to plan it such that your warden and throwers can kind of stay away from the major splash areas, and you are all good. Enemy heroes don't matter. I don't think I used a single headhunter on the enemy queen or a royal champion. Yeah, just try to allow your king and queen to handle most of the splash on the base. You will just break any base that comes your way. Yeah, you just have a lot of tankiness, a lot of survival. It's like literally 2 separate smashes, like because there's healers on the siege barrack side, healers on the thrower side. I don't know what to say, especially if you have good plans. I swagged my minion prince twice in a row, and that also against like I would say relatively good bases. So yeah, if you feel this army is cool, do try it out. Let me know if you have suggestions to improve it. I'm always open to hear you guys' feedback. But that's about it for this one. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one.